special meeting of the Anchorage Municipal Assembly for January the 2nd, 2014. We'll begin with a Pledge of Allegiance. Mr. Conley.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Clerk, would you please take the roll?
Mr. Flynn.
Present.
Mr. Trombley.
Here.
Ms. Gray Jackson.
Honored to be here.
Mr. Trainee.
Here.
Mr. Birch.
Here.
Ms. Johnson. Here. Mr. Hall.
Here.
Ms. Demboski.
Here.
Mr. Honeman. Mr. Starr. And Mr. Steele. You have a quorum.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Mr. Flynn, I'm going to let Bob lay the foundation. Then you had a couple of questions that you wanted to ask. So I'm going to follow that protocol. So Bob, if you lay the foundation for the executive session, we're going to go into.
Okay. Thank you all for taking the time to come down here this afternoon. There are some key events coming up in the litigation that's pending in federal court where the municipality is the plaintiff, ICRC is a defendant along with PND and CH2 and Hill by virtue of their acquisition of VICA. We wanted to give you an update on some of the issues that are going to be involved in that litigation. The strategic plan, if you will, for managing that and other potential claims, and also sort of address issues specific to CH2 and Hill in the context of that and other business. So it is a matter of both privileged communications, attorney-client privilege, and matters that would potentially adversely affect the municipality were this information to become public knowledge.
Thank you. Mr. Flynn?
Thank you, Mr. Hall. Two quick questions. One, am I correct in my understanding there's a press conference scheduled for 1:15 this afternoon to announce the award of the project management contract for the Port of Anchorage?
It's my understanding that's true.
Correct. Okay.
The recommendation.
To us.
It's a recommendation, sure.
And is CH2 Hill a member of the team that is among the awardees?
We'll discuss that, I think, once we go into session.
Okay.
Because it does tie together with what Mr. Owens prefaced.
If I can follow up once we get into executive session, Mr. Chairman, that'll be sufficient.
Okay, very well. Ms. Tucker, will you lay out the ground rules?
Sure. As oftentimes Dennis Wheeler has done for us, we need to identify and make sure that everybody present here is essential and it's going to be confidential. Mr. Wheeler, and I support him in this, suggests that you do not take notes. They're not covered. It's too hard for him to control them outside, and so when there are handouts, and I don't know if Mr. Owen is intending to have any handouts, they are usually picked up. And so the things that are discussed here are confidential. It's a breach of the ethics code to relay them to others outside this meeting that have not been part of this. And no action will be taken when the assembly goes into executive session, which will be by motion. And the assembly will come out of executive session before taking action, and the assembly may need to set a date for release of the tapes of this, and we would look to the Department of Law to suggest the time frame for that. Thank you.
Very good. Mr. Owens, this is a matter, the immediate knowledge of which would clearly have an adverse effect on the finances of the municipality.
Yes.
Ms. Johnson?
I move that we go into executive session to discuss the litigation involving the court.
Second.
Any objection? Hearing none, we're going to move into executive session.